Hi guys, my name is Julia. I'm a junior majoring in health sciences preclinical. I'm so excited to talk to you guys for UCF Friday. I'm involved in many things on campus such as Hillel and Chabad, Greek life, and I'm also an out-of-state student. So I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I applied to UCF kind of as let's apply, let's see what happens. I didn't really want to stay in state. I wanted a new experience being on my own. I really wasn't homesick at all, but being away from home is definitely hard, especially since you've lived at home your entire life. And kind of just getting involved in campus really helped, meeting more people and doing things not to distract yourself, but just to realize that you are out of state and away from home. UCF offers a program called the Out-of-State Mentoring Program for students. So essentially you get a mentor of someone who goes to UCF who's also out of state. They kind of just help you through the process of going into college as a freshman or whatever year you are. They have an out-of-state floor in one of the on-campus dorms, and my parents wanted me to live on that floor, but I actually didn't want to. So I ended up moving dorms into Neptune on the out-of-state floor, ironically or coincidentally, and I ended up loving it. All my roommates were from out of state. I had one from Pennsylvania, Chicago, and New York, and I'm from Maryland, so it was kind of like pretty cool to meet people from other states. And I made so many friends on that floor. And for holidays, most of us actually stayed in the dorms a little bit into spring break and winter break. Most of us went home for Thanksgiving, but for those who didn't go home, they actually had like Thanksgiving in the communal kitchen, which was really fun. So my major is health sciences preclinical. I hope to go to PA school, which is physician assistant school. I was actually between physical therapy and physician assistant, which I feel like is a very common trend for those in this major. But I did a lot of research and I've shadowed people, which you can reach out to people and network at UCF, which can really help you with that. I started as a biomed major and I realized it just wasn't the track for me because I knew I didn't want to go to medical school, and a lot of those classes catered towards those who want to go to medical school. So my spring semester, I ended up applying to be a health sciences major, and I actually really struggled my first semester with classes because I never really knew how to study. I had a few people in my sorority who were in the same major as me, but we were also struggling together, which is kind of nice, to have someone struggling with you and you guys can help each other. But I really struggle with chemistry. So if you struggle with chemistry, just know you're not alone. I still struggle to this day in Orgo 2 and biochem, so it's okay. But my favorite class, I have to say, was anatomy, which probably a lot of people didn't like, but I actually loved anatomy. I think it's really cool because you were learning about your own body essentially, and you could study yourself. Classes are definitely difficult, but as long as you remember what you're doing it for, you can keep that positive mindset to keep going. So as I mentioned before, I was pretty active within Chabad, which is a Jewish resource for students both on and off of campus. Basically, it's just like, I would say, a community to help you explore your Jewish religion and culture more. You don't have to be Jewish to go. I just happen to be Jewish, and I think religion's a big part of my life, which I really like how they have both Chabad and Hillel on campus. So personally, I got involved with Chabad through my sorority. A lot of my friends would go, and I went a lot freshman year. I just hadn't been going that often recently just because of Corona and everything. I actually participated in a lot of their events, such as Shabbat. I would go probably 2 or 3 times a month. Shabbat is on Friday to Saturday, so they would have Shabbat dinners on Friday with services, and we would just go for dinner, have a good time, talk and meet new people. I actually did a program through Chabad called Sinai Scholars, summer of 2019. It was on Zoom because of COVID-19, but basically each session you talk about a new topic within Judaism, and you essentially just talk with your peers and everyone who's in the group about your, not your belief, but your opinion on the topic, and just to further learn about yourself and the religion. There's no judgment. Your beliefs are your beliefs, and it's a really nice sense of community. And just I think the Jewish community at UCF it's a big community, but you almost know everyone in it, which is really nice. So I'm also involved a little bit in Hillel. It's also a Jewish community or resource for students both on and off of campus. They actually have space in the building called Northview, which is UCF owned apartment, and they have a lounge. You can talk to any of the staff. A lot of people go. They have something called Nosh, which my roommate actually goes to every week. She's an intern for Hillel, and basically it's just lunch and dinner, and you can have really good conversation with people. It's free food, so we all love free food, right? But I went a lot my freshman year, and it's really nice. Everyone is so chill there. They're so sweet. It's just honestly a great environment. So regarding high holidays for those that are Jewish, such as Passover, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, both Hillel and Chabad actually hold services and programs for those holidays. So like me being an out-of-state student, I can't fly home for those holidays just because it's too much of a hassle. So I think every year since I've been here, I'm a junior, I've gone to those services and those dinners that they hold. They also hold break fast for Yom Kippur. They have services at Hillel and Chabad. A lot of my friends actually go together just because I think it's nice to continue to celebrate those away from home. So I went through recruitment because my entire family was actually in Greek life. Both of my parents were in a sorority and a fraternity at their universities. My sister, who's 3 years older than me, was in a sorority at her college. My aunts and uncles were also in Greek life. So it was kind of like my parents wanted me to do it. I also wanted to do it for myself. I personally didn't know anyone at this school. I went in by myself. Like I didn't know a soul here. So I was like, this is the way that I'm gonna meet and connect with people. And I also wanted that support system of being away from home because I knew like it would definitely get hard. And I also love the sense of community. So when I went through, I didn't know anything about any of the chapters. So I went in with an open mindset, and I honestly didn't know where I wanted to run home to until preference night, which is the last day of recruitment, where you pick 2 chapters that you would like to get a bid to. And so I was in between 2 chapters, and I honestly trusted my gut, and I ended up where I wanted to be, which was such a great feeling. So once I ran home to my chapter, which is Alpha Epsilon Phi, there's a lot of activities and events that we had, but personally my favorite is Sisterhood Retreat. So you basically spend, I would say, like 24 hours, honestly, with your sisters. My favorite retreat was it was like a rock climbing place, but they had like a Super Ninja Warrior course, and we actually spent the night there under like the rock wall, like on the mats, and we just had a lot of bonding, and it was really fun. We did a few activities. They had an escape room, which I didn't participate in because I hate escape rooms, but the Ninja Warrior course was so fun because I love that stuff. So I ended up bonding with a lot of sisters that I honestly had never really talked to before, and I'm still like best friends with them to this day. Like one of my best friends, I met her there. Everything was still pretty new to me, and I got to see really how like the sisterhood was, and our sisterhood is so strong, and it's one of my favorite things. So 2 of my favorite aspects within my sorority are leadership and community service, and I get to combine those together. I've actually been community service chair for the past 4 semesters. I think community service is one of the most important things in my life. I love giving back to the community, and it's been an honor to hold that position for the past 4 semesters. So I also held the position of academic committee chair, which is basically in my chapter a group of a few girls who get to hold study sessions during the week for about 2 to 3 hours. And this is a time for us to do homework together, study. If you have people in your classes, you're allowed to study with them and everything. And it's just a nice time to study with your sisters. And it really, it helps us with our grades because it's kind of like holding you accountable for studying and getting your work done. In high school, I actually played 2 sports. I played field hockey, and then I also ran track and field. So coming into college, I knew I needed to stay active to just, stay happy and everything. So I actually played IM sports with both my sorority and just another group of people. So I don't play soccer, but I played soccer with my chapter, and as bad as I was, it was so much fun. We ended up losing, but it doesn't matter if you end up winning or losing. It was honestly such a fun experience. And I also started an IM floor hockey team with a few of my friends, and I was the captain of that. So I do IMs both in and out of my sorority and just with friends. So my favorite thing about UCF is honestly how big our community is, both on and off of campus. There's so much to do on campus. Pre-COVID, they had something called Spirit Splash, and I went my freshman year. They also have so many other events, both during the day and the night. They have homecoming events during homecoming week, and around campus, there's so much to do. There's so many restaurants. Disney and Universal are like 30 minutes away, so you could just go with a group of friends on the weekend, take a relaxing night out to Disney Springs. I've done that a few times, and I think it's really fun. Thanks for watching UCF Friday, and follow UCF Admissions on both Instagram and Facebook. Go Knights and charge on!